this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for another one of the 3 in 30 alphabet challenges. We are up to letter H. I can't believe it's literally flying by so quickly that we are already at H. So I struggled to come up with an idea for H, and I finally thought hinges. So let's do some hinged pieces. So hinges or hinged pieces, you know. That was what I've come up with for letter H. So it was partly inspired by our last one with the glassine envelopes, and I thought, oh, that's a bit like a hinge. So I'm going to use these envelopes. You could use normal envelopes. They don't have to be the glassine envelopes or anything. Use what you have. You know, I'm not expecting you to go out and buy things specially. Use what you have. Normal envelopes would work just as well as any other. So you're going to need some envelopes. You're going to need some card, obviously different card. You may like just to have some plain coffee dyed cardstock. Just anything that you have on hand that you may like to make some hinged pieces with. So, for instance, I thought we could use a butterfly as a hinge here. So you may want to have a butterfly stamped out or cut out from a book, or a printable, or from some scrapbook paper, something like that. I mean, obviously in the past, if you followed my Fabulous Flowers series, we used flowers as hinges. We called them hippie hinges. So you could use some pieces like that. You could use some large flowers, oops, and make some hippie hinges. Anything that you fancy using to make a hinged piece, basically. So, you know, anything goes really. You may like to have ribbon, use ribbon as a hinge or something like that. As often is the case, I don't have a concrete plan for this video. It's very much we're winging it as we go. So, you know, we're just going to see what evolves during the process. So I'm going to turn the camera on and we're going to get started straight away. So I've got the timer here. Sorry, I said camera, I meant timer. I've got the timer here. I have put it on timer, not stopwatch this time. And I'm going to try and keep that again on screen if you obviously want to join in the challenge. So I'm going to reset it now. Oops, hopefully. Sorry, my phone is shockingly old and really rubbish. So, okay, delete that, reset. I don't know why that's not resetting. Oops, come on, stop that, please. Why won't that work? Perhaps I have to delete it here. Oh, I don't know. Right, let's do 30 minutes. 1, 2. Okay. I don't know, I've never seen this screen before, but anyway. Ready, steady, go. Right, okay. So the first piece that I thought we would do is obviously using the butterfly that we just talked about. So I'm just going to cut around this. This is just a stamped butterfly. I think it was a Kaisercraft stamp. I'm pretty confident that I have shown these stamps before in a video somewhere. So I apologise if I'm just repeating myself, but I'm pretty sure it was a Kaisercraft stamp, just in a clear set of Kaisercraft stamps. But it's quite a good one to use as a hinge because, as you can probably see, it's quite big. So it's just a little bit more robust than some of the smaller butterflies. Oops, sorry about that. That's my daughter. She's up here with me, crafting with her craft box, and she's under strict instructions to be super quiet, so she's behaving herself, aren't you, sweetie? Good girl. And she's having a nice time. She's just fussy cutting some things out at the moment. Okay. She loves sellotape, as you probably just heard. Right, okay, so we've got this piece. Now, here I've just got some scrapbook paper, which is, as you can see, coffee dyed, and it's just cut to a smaller size. And I just thought we could have a hinged piece going off to the side. So I'm going to pull in, I haven't got a journal on the go at the moment, but I'm going to pull in a piece that if I were making a journal, this would be a page. So I can just trim this down to make sure that it would actually fit on the page. So like that. And then I'm going to take this piece, I'm just going to cut that down up there. And then what we could do now for what's the word, extra strength would be the term, I suppose. I'm going to fold that piece over like that. So I'm just going to squash that in. Like that. And then to secure it further, we can pop that butterfly around there. And there you have a hinged piece, and it's got double strength now because it's obviously got that butterfly piece as well. So I'm just going to glue that down. Oops. Why have I moved that? Right, okay, so I'm just going to glue that down like that. Okay. And then stick that down there like that. And then we're going to stick the butterfly on for the extra strength. So let me just check that the butterfly is straight on there. Oops. There we go. So just going to then do that. Come on. Just going to check that I'm in frame, just because I've come a little bit further off my table now. Well, not off my table, but, you know, to the side. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we've got a hinged piece there, and I'm just going to glue that butterfly at the front now. Like that. And actually, you know what I'm wishing? I'm wishing I had put a little tiny bit of cheesecloth coming out from the wing of the butterfly, and oh, I had some cheesecloth laying around here. Don't know where it is now, but I've got some more. I mean, I've got to confess, I don't know if this even is cheesecloth, but it was like the lining of the top of mine. It certainly seems like cheesecloth. It's very cheeseclothy, but I just suddenly thought, actually, that would look really nice. So I'm just going to, because it's really frayy type material. So it's really got a lovely appearance. It's very delicate. So I'm just going to glue that down here with that fabric tack, like that. And then I will just blob a little bit on there. Oh, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? I mean, to be honest, you know, I don't really think that needs anything else. I think that's really pretty, just literally as it is, being that gorgeous hinged piece there. But of course, you could put other things on there if you wanted. Now, can you see, unfortunately, I've had that drag on my printer when that printed out. So I'm just going to ink this up slightly. Where's my ink now? This is going to be one of them videos, isn't it? Where nothing's going to quite go as you'd hope. So let's just ink that up. Right, to cover that up, I think I'm just going to do a tiny bit of stamping along the bottom. So I would quite like to use this toffee crunch, but that's not really going to cut the mustard. So I'm just going to use this Stays On black. Oops. Okay, I tested that out first before I just did that completely upside down. Okay. And you could just have a little bit there in the corner to kind of tie that in. And then that's just covered up where it had the drag. I know I haven't made that very straight or anything, but you know, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It looks better than the lines from the printer. So that's that piece. Now again, I mean, I really like using string. I have to say, when I last used string, everyone pretty much voted, oh no, not with the string. I really like string. So I got an automatic reaction that I want to now have string on here. So I don't know whether people don't really like the string or whether they just didn't like the string on that particular piece. I'd love to know. So if you let me know below, is it that you don't like string generally, or did you just not like it on that one piece? I mean, to me that just looks so cute now. So I'm going to glue that string down. And I mean, as I always say, you know, that string is just attached there like that. If you didn't like that, you know, you could pull that off. It's only attached with a little bit of glue. So there we go. Right, I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. Okay. Right. So I think that piece looks lovely just as it is. I don't really think it needs anything else. I mean, I know that's a first for me, but I just think simplicity occasionally is okay. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Okay, so the next thing is, obviously, we talked about it just briefly, using the glassine bag as a hinged piece. Now I'm going to just glue this together here. Obviously you could have it open as a pocket. I'm not going to. I'm going to use it as a more like a piece of paper, I guess. So just close that down. And then again, just going to grab anything that's just laying around on my desk. So I'm just having a look to find a suitable piece of paper. Okay, I have got this one. So this is just from my Go Gently collage papers. I'm just going to cut that down here. And I'm just going to trim it down on this side because otherwise it's quite a large piece. Okay. So, oh, that's really puckered there. Puckered or ruckered? Not sure what the expression is, but can you see that? That's really, you know, not a very nice effect now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We can cover that up, so that's fine. And I'm thinking we could have this as a hinged piece at the top. So I'll just have another sip of my tea. Right, this is again just a little scrap I've got laying around. So I'm just going to tear that down like that. Okay, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? So now what I want to do is just grab some coffee dyed paper. here. So I'm just going to cut that down. Like that. So I hope everyone's having a really good day. I think I did say last time, but thank you so much to those people who are joining me in this challenge. It's so fun. It is challenging. It is, you know, quite tough, but it is very, very fun, I think. So, and it's nice to sometimes do things completely out of your comfort zone, isn't it? So, yeah, thank you very much to those people who are joining in. I hope that you're enjoying it and having a good time. Right, so I'm going to use it like that. Might just pop on this side. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to trim down a little bit from here. So again, I mean, this is just an offcut from the botanical ballroom paper that we used in the last one that was still just laying around on my desk. So I'm just going to stick that down there. For no other reason at all other than just for decorative purposes. So we're just going to pop that down there like that. Okay, trim that off. Right, we're going to stick this on here. Now really what we should do is probably do another one to go on the other side. So let's just do two. There we go. Oh gosh. My desk is obviously such a mess now that things are dropping left, right and centre. There's not actually enough room now for my glue to actually stand to the back. Let me just try and... Oh my gosh. I'm trying to move it now and now everything's dropping down. I mean, I have said recently, I am working up to, you know, showing my desk. You will all be horrified. Yeah, horrified. But as I say, it definitely is very helpful, particularly in these challenge type situations, because I've just got endless supplies here, which of course without them I would be struggling a lot. So there we go. That's that, and then just stick this piece on the back. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I mean, if I'm struggling already just with the G and the H to come up with ideas for what to do, I dread to think what it's going to be like when I come to some trickier letters. So we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it, but we, as I said before, might have to get pretty creative with what we're going to then come up with, because who knows what we're going to be able to conjure up for some of those letters. But obviously I have made some notes of, you know, ideas for letters, but there are gaps. So there are some letters that I'm struggling slightly more than others. I mean, who knew? Who knew that I would struggle with the G and the H, really, so early on? But I definitely have struggled to come up with something. Sorry, just having a bit more of my tea. Okay, so I'm going to just distress this now. mean, I have to say, these glassine bags really distress really beautifully, don't they? They, you know, take the distress ink just wonderfully. They look really nice. Okay, that's that. I'm going to distress the bottom piece as well, obviously. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to pop this on here like that. So obviously, as I said in the last video, these happen to have that adhesive strip, which is wonderful because that obviously then is attached, you know, already like that. But obviously, to reinforce that and strengthen that, I'm just going to pop something else on. So maybe some fabric, maybe some of the cheesecloth again, or of course you could use lace. Let me just finish my tea so that's out of the way. That's one less thing on the desk that I'm knocking over. I literally have only just torn that cheesecloth and already that's gone missing. So who knows what? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, who knows what's going on? So we could have the cheesecloth. I'm not sure I'm liking the cheesecloth. We could just have it on one side. That looked quite nice. I might have to go with lace, I think, because I just think I might prefer that. No, not that one. Oh dear, this is where my time dwindles away, you see, when I'm then looking for things to use. Then, hold on. Oh no, come on. Uh-oh. This is now very much eating into our time, isn't it? Right, I've got this, which is some tea-dyed lace that I did a while ago. And I just think actually that's quite a nice colour match on there. So I'm going to trim that down here, like that. Oh my gosh, we're down to just 10 minutes. Look, 10 minutes 30. Right, let's just quickly trim this off. Oh. You see, this is how these videos go, because you feel like you're doing fine and the time is all good. And then just very suddenly, it's like, oh, I'm now down to 10 minutes. So, right, let's pop that on there. Trying to make sure that I've got the lace the right way round. Right, again, oh, put that up with that. Come on. Oh, I've got that really skew now on there. Oh no! This is the pressure, you see, now getting to me. Okay. Just want to check that that opens okay. It does. So now I'm just going to glue that down at the back. Like that. And just fold that over. Okay. Right. Oh my gosh. What a mess I'm making. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? So that's our kind of reinforced hinged piece there. And then I'm just going to take this little label section from here. Just cut around that. I mean, again, this might not look as nice as I think, but I'm hoping that this would look nice just there. Just provides a bit of a contrast. What do you think? Let me have a look, looking down. So that's it with, that's it without. I think it does need something because it's a little bit blending in otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to just glue that down. Oops, let me lift this flap up. Glue that down there. Okay, and I will just ink that up so it's blending in nicely. Okay. Ah, gorgeous. Right, we're 2 pieces down and we've got 7 minutes left, and what's worse, I don't know what I'm doing for the 3rd piece. Oh no, I haven't decided on anything for the 3rd piece. I thought it was going to come to me whilst I was crafting, but it hasn't as yet, so this is going to be interesting. Right, let's take something else that we've got here. Sorry, my daughter's now obviously been trying to tear the sellotape off with her mouth, and she's now got it stuck in her mouth. So stop that, sweetheart, please, because that's not very nice, is it? Just going to cut this down. Like that. Okay. Right, this one is really wing and a prayer, to be honest, because I hadn't planned anything at all for this, but just trying to yeah, just invent something quickly, a hinged piece. So actually, in fact, I think what we'll do is actually create a hinged piece from scratch. So let's cut this separated like that, and actually then glue it down as if it were 2 individual sections of the paper to create hinges. If that makes sense. I don't know whether that's going to be wide enough. I might have to pull in that tea-dyed lace. Okay, I'll put that down. I'm just going to cut the seam off here. This is one of those gathered laces. Right, I'm absolutely mortified to see that my timer had gone off at, I think it was 27 minutes something. Now, I have a confession to make. I did go over time. I mean, you can see my timer here is minus 2:43. So I went over by about, I think it was about 1.5 minutes, because I just glued in these bits, which I'm not sure whether I got as far as that in the video. And then I just added a tiny weeny bit of bling down here. I think the timer goes off sometimes because the iPad flashes up telling you it's got updates to install, or that it failed to install the updates, which is really frustrating because when that flashes up, it seems to stop the video from recording. Very, very annoying because, you know, I don't really care whether it's done the updates or not. I don't want it stopping my video. Anyway, so I really do apologise. That's really annoying. And yeah, I just can only apologise there. But obviously, you know, hopefully you've kind of got the gist. I'm really sorry. So the 3 pieces that we managed to make here for our hinged pieces, we have made this piece here. We added the string, and we've just got the hinged piece coming out there, and the hinge was obviously reinforced with the butterfly, and we've just popped the cheesecloth on there as well. And then we tied that piece down with the string, just for a bit of kind of added detail really. And you know, I really like the string in journals, so I'm just going to pull my page in again. That's how that would look on a page. Isn't that pretty? You know, I don't think it really needs anything else, but of course you could add other things to that if you wanted, or you could just have a bit of lace going down the bottom or something. I'll just pull some in. You know, you could just have a little bit of lace at the bottom of the page, or even on the bottom of here, and that just finishes that perfectly, I think. So that was our first piece that we did. Just pop that to one side. Our second piece here we did with just, again, using a scrap that was laying around on my desk. And it's just from my collage sheet. We've popped a label on here for a bit of journaling here. And then we just attached this, which was a glassine envelope. And again, you've got some journaling space there then and here. And then we reinforced the hinge, which was just the flap of the envelope. And we reinforced it with the lace there. So really, really nice. Right, very annoyingly that flashed up again because I'm actually kneeling up now and I can see into my camera. It flashed up again telling me about the software update, so I do apologise. So I was just saying that, you know, all we did, we glued it with the flap from the glassine envelope and then we've reinforced it with the lace trim there. Really super cute, very easy, you know, really nice embellishment piece, and yeah, very easy peasy that was. Now, I hadn't noticed this because we just glued this with the adhesive strip. Can you see it's got a gap now? So I'm just going to just reinforce that with a bit of glue because I don't want it having that big gap. So there we go. So I guess that's just something to be a little bit aware of, you know, if you're using like the adhesive or something like that on an envelope, you may need to actually go closer to the edges with some glue as well. So that's that piece, and that's how that looks on the page. Again, really pretty. And then the final piece that we made that unfortunately the camera flicked off was this little booklet, which was literally two sheets, two separate pieces of the paper. And we have formed a hinge by using some cheesecloth one side and the lace trim the other side. Joining those together, we've just popped on a little piece on the front, bit of pearly trim, and then a couple of journaling spots on the inside with just some coffee dyed paper. So, you know, you could use that now as a little insert in a pocket, or you could obviously glue that onto a page like that, and it would just fold out really, really pretty. And yeah, really nice, and hopefully a bit of a different look there. So those are the three pieces that we made for our hinged pieces. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I apologise again for the flicking off of the camera. It really is incredibly frustrating. I can't tell you how much, especially if you're doing a timed challenge. So yeah, anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you enjoyed it if you managed to join in with the challenge. So thank you very much for watching, and see you all again soon. Thanks then. Bye.